Now, right in front of us is a Tyrannosaurus fossil released by LEGO just in March this year. It has a length up to 105 centimeters. In addition to its extremely large display size, this Tyrannosaurus Rex model also features multiple movable parts all over its body. Released alongside this set are also some joint kits that can be said to be specifically designed for large-scale sets with movable joints. Moreover, this is very likely to be a very rare large-size set with high-cost performance. So in this video, let's take a detailed look at its specific situation. Let's take a look at the packaging first. The color box still maintains the consistent style of the standard sets designed for those above 18 years old. The backlight of the finished product features a faint green light that gives off a rather mysterious feel. In addition to the set information on the left side of the bottom, you can also see the logo of the Jurassic Park movie in the lower right corner. The information on the back of the color box is also relatively simple. The highlight is undoubtedly the size indication of 105 centimeters in length. When you open the color box, you'll find that the 3,145 parts are divided into 25 large step sub-packages in total. It's really easy to find the parts. The printed display nameplate is not packed in a separate bag. Instead, it is directly placed inside the box like this. The building instruction manuals are still packed in a craft paper bag, and there are 3 manuals in total. The opening features 6 pages of color illustrations, which introduce the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Jurassic Park movie, the design of this set, and the way to carry the finished building block product. There are a total of 743 steps in the assembly process, with an average of 4.2 pieces per step. It is worth noting that this Tyrannosaurus model adopts a modular design. Coupled with the fact that there are 3 instruction manuals, it also supports 3 people to build simultaneously. In terms of the part, the Jude rock part numbered 49656 in this set features the only version of orange crystals up to now. The mosquito print part numbered 3005, which is commonly used in dinosaur-themed sets, also appears again in this set. In addition, this printed part for the display nameplate with a size of 8 by 16. And there is also a printed part of the Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton fossil with a size of 4 by 4. Next, let's take a closer look at a brand new set of enlarged joint kits that are also mentioned in the instruction manual. These kits are presumably specifically developed for large-scale sets with movable joints. It includes a total of 4 parts, numbered from 69787 to 69790. Particularly parts numbered 69788 and 69790 are the connecting parts on both sides of the joint. As can be seen, each side has 2 axle hole positions, which serve as the connection points or connection modules for both sides of the joint. Furthermore, these 2 parts are connected by the connecting pin numbered 69789 in the middle. Moreover, we are required to insert an axle precisely at the center of the rotation axis situated in between. As can be seen, the joint in its current assembled state, prior to final completion, can support movement in 2 dimensions. Specifically, the combination of part 69788 and part 69789 enables the change of ables on both sides of the joint. And the combination of part 69789 and part 69790 enables a relative rotational movement of the 2 sides of the joint. At the same time, as we can see here in the current state, the movement of the joint in these 2 dimensions is completely free of any damping. At this point, we need to use these 2 clutch joint click gears numbered 69787, which are installed on both sides. After installation, by clicking the elastic bumps on the gear, it can provide a significant amount of damping for the movement of the entire joint. When it is in the state of angular change movement, these 2 clutch joint click gears will rotate in the same direction. However, if it is a relative rotation, then these 2 clutch joint click gears will rotate in opposite directions. That's how this set of parts works. However, it is also worth noting that the connection modules of these 2 parts, numbered 69788 and 69790, adopt a concave and convex design. That is to say, it can support the infinite cycling of the entire finally assembled joint module like this. As you can see, this set of parts is indeed a very useful set of fundamental components for large-scale sets with movable joints. Let's continue to take a look at the internal design of this Tyrannosaurus Rex fossil model. Inside the spinal column on the back, you can find that the designer has hidden an Easter egg in the form of a small frog here, and there is also a steering wheel at the front. Although most of the parts of this set that we can see on the exterior are basically in apricot or dark apricot colors, in the internal structure, we can find that LEGO has also made some color differentiations for the parts as much as possible, so it's relatively easy to find the parts. Up to this point, we can see that this Tyrannosaurus set also adopts a relatively clear design with large modules. Then let's take a look at the skull first. As you can see, the designer has used a combination of the part numbered 50923 and the part with ball joint numbered 67965 on the lower jaws on both sides. It is also a design solution with built-in damping. For the nasal bone that slopes downward at the top of the skull, the designer has only used hinge parts on it. That is, it is fixed at a single point. So it is a construction solution that allows movement but is not particularly sturdy. And the oversized joint kit mentioned earlier is used for constructing the neck joint in this set. That is, to connect the head and the body. After the test, it can be seen that it is indeed very sturdy. Perhaps even if the head were a bit heavier, there should be no problem. Looking at the connection between the body and the entire thigh, that is at the hip joint, the designer also used a combination of toe ball and ball socket parts. But the use of this set of parts is not aimed at achieving the movable effect of the thigh, but rather for the purpose of supporting the angles for the static display of the thigh. At the same time, the thigh modules on both sides themselves, including the knee joints and ankle joints, are all designed to be fixed. Then there are several coccyx bone modules, which are connected to each other by hinge plate parts. At the same time, damping is increased by adding toe ball parts in different quantities. So at the final finished product stage, this tail can also move. Well, other movable parts include the head, which can move up and down. And it can also rotate. And then the mouth can open and close. There are 2 joints in the hand, also 2 finger joints. And several joints of the toes are also movable. However, all these movable parts are more likely designed to enrich the display postures. Because if you really want to play with it, especially those brick parts on the back, they are indeed quite likely to fall off. This set also comes with a display nameplate and figurines of Dr. Sattler and Dr. Grant. The instruction manual provides 2 different assembling methods for this display stand. Through the above evaluation, we can see that, in terms of the design of this set itself, this set doesn't really have too many outstanding features. Without taking the IP into consideration, perhaps this brand new oversized joint part would bring more surprises to players. After all, it is a fundamental part that offers a great deal of room for imagination. But this is a set with a total length of over 1 meter. In terms of size and scale, it can definitely be said to have reached the super large proportion level. Moreover, it comes with additional IP authorization. The official price is $249.99, which is only $20 more expensive than 42206 and 42207, also released in March. Well, if the price of this set can drop to around $150 within half a year, which is roughly about 4 cents price per part, then at this price, it would be almost the same as the selling price of some building block brands made in China. When compared with these 2 F1 models at approximately the same price, you can also consult the difference in terms of the display volume. That's all for this review. See you in the next video.